The big question that we are often asked is, can I open older files in the current version of CorelDRAW? And if so, how far back? And the answer is yes. CorelDRAW can currently open files as far back as version 6. We're talking going back 29 years and 21 versions here. And CorelDRAW is also able currently to save files back as far as version 15, X5. Having said that, we mustn't forget that over the years there have been huge changes in operating systems. CorelDRAW 2 has evolved over the years and undergone not only a complete overhaul of the color management engine in CorelDRAW X5, but also the way text and text formatting is handled since version X6. So having the file open does not necessarily mean that it will look exactly the same as the original file. This will depend on which elements the file contains. Let's put this to the test and open up a CorelDRAW 6 file from the year 1995. The design itself is looking pretty good, but we are being told that we have an invalid fill, and we are also being asked to update the text. More about that later. So at the moment, we have the same design, but we are going to have to adjust the fill. Let's open up a CorelDRAW 7 file. For example, if the file contains simple graphic objects, as in a logo, then it should look more or less identical to the original when opened. Although, if the file originates from CorelDRAW X4 or earlier, before the big change to the color management engine, and it's using the CMYK color mode, then the colors can look off when opened in any versions of CorelDRAW from X5 or later. We'll take a look at correcting the colors in a later chapter of this course. The same applies to the way that the text appears when opening any files prior to version X5. Again, something we'll take a look at later. Once the file is open, resaving will save the file in the current version, unless we choose the Save As option instead, which will let us choose a CorelDRAW version, back as far as X5, version 15, to save to. So in summary, the current version of CorelDRAW, at the time of recording this video, CorelDRAW 2024, file version 25.1, can open files as far back as version 6. Once our files are open, we might need to do some final fine-tuning and adjust fills, update text, or replace fonts if we no longer have the ones used in the original file. And finally, CMYK files from version X4 and earlier will, in all likelihood, need a color management adjustment.